Oh, man. Bad job by me. Good call, Io Romero. My bad. I was on mute there at the start. All right, let's restart this here. I was going for about 4 minutes. Sorry about that. Let's hit the reset button. I got the wrong date. It's December the 8th, not or the 11th, not the 8th, and now I can't even unmute myself. Off to a rocky start tonight. Anyways, my name is Rex Byers. Thanks for coming in and checking me out on the Sweatbox here on YouTube TV, Twitch TV. Tonight, the Bucks hosting Atlanta, laying 643.5 as we near post. Looks like the old sombrero, the big sombrero that Berman used to discuss, which the stadium did look like a big hat. It's got the old Bucks logo at midfield. It's like they're playing a game from 30 years ago. Bucks played Atlanta in week 1. They beat them 23-20, laying a short price, maybe 2.5, and beat them by 3. Kind of a sloppy game, but that was a story really of Atlanta's season. They've won some close games, especially early in the season, and whereas Atlanta's found a way to lose those games, and it hasn't really changed much. They're 4-9 straight up, and the Bucks are 7-6. The Atlanta actually has a better point spread record. Lost one less game against the number than Tampa has. Bucks have lost 5 straight against the number. After beating New Orleans on the road, they lost at home to New England, at Buffalo, at the Rams, at home against Arizona, and at home against New Orleans. The only straight-up win in that stretch was a sloppy 20-17 win over Arizona, laying 4.5. And so they haven't gotten the money since October the 26th. Again, this is not necessarily the biggest game in the world for Tampa, but they do kind of need it. Atlanta's already pretty much out of the playoff race. Tampa will have Carolina next week up in Charlotte in 10 days, and they also get them at home in the last game of the season. It's going to be one of those stupid scheduling spots where 2 teams play each other in 3 weeks to end the season, which should never happen. That would be like one of the first things if I was in charge of the game, to get the schedules balanced out where these division games can't happen that close together. Not a whole lot going on elsewhere. The NBA had 2 games the last 2 nights with the NBA Cup, and there's 4 tonight. 3 of them are underway. The other one starts at 10:10. Denver at Sacramento. Those teams have already played 3 times this year. The Kings won the last one after Denver won the first 2. This is a home reversal for the Nuggets after they lost to Sacramento the last time. 10 points, 10.5, and 239.5 the total. I will give you halftime prices on these games. Other than that, we won't bother with the NBA too much. Hockey, there's a full card. Looks like 13 games. 10 of them are underway. The other 3 go a little bit later. And in college basketball, the one game that stood out tonight, and I could not believe the closing line. I know Iowa State's awesome. Iowa catching 11.5 in Ames in the Cy-Hawk rivalry, 140.5 the total. That game is on FS1. There are about 6 college basketball games total, none of them really of any importance. St. Joseph's plays at Syracuse on the ACC channel at the top of the hour. It's Cuse 12 and 146. So we'll stick with football for the most part tonight. 59 degrees, 71% humidity at the new Sombrero, and Bucks are in their creamsicles, one of the best uniforms in all of team sports history. Falcons wearing black tops with white pants. And the Falcons are going to kick off. Closing price, 643.5. Kick us back to the 10, the 20, the 25, 30, out to the 33, 34. That's where the Bucks will start. Again, the first meeting this year, 23-20, a pretty sloppy game all the way around. But again, the difference between these 2 teams, like I said, it's kind of a microcosm of that first one, where the Bucks the Bucks found a way to win the game, and they found a way to win some other close ones. Early in the season, obviously, they beat Houston by 1 on the road in week 2. They beat the Jets by 2 at home in week 3. They beat Seattle by 3 on the road in week 5, and then a couple of their wins since then were much more impressive, especially the Frisco at home by 11 in week 6. That was kind of the apex of their season. Mike Evans, Hall of Fame to be receiver 5 years after he retires, has been injured since week 7. That's when a lot of the fortunes begin to change for the Bucks. Baker Mayfield's had a rough go of it since then. One of the lowest rated passers in the league. He hasn't gotten much help from his receivers. That's Buka, the rookie from Ohio State. It's a great player. had some issues with drops. The Lions had some issues. Wirfs is back for Tampa Bay, which will be a big deal here most likely as they try to protect him. The Atlanta coach Morris used to be the Tampa Bay coach. Obviously, there's some relationships there. He'd like to go in here and wreck the game tonight. First play was a first down gain to the 45. The second one was the Irving a swing pass as the safety valve, and it's a gain of 10 again or 11. Another first down into Atlanta territory. First minute of the game. What's the point of having a mouthpiece if you're not going to wear it, especially when you catch the ball? Like, put your mouthpiece in. Like, it drives me nuts. If Steph Curry wants to take his mouthpiece out when he's shooting free throws, he's not going to get hit at the free throw line. That's fine. This is a slant to the outside. It's batted down, incomplete. So, underway. Week 15 of the NFL. Thanks for checking me out. Tell a friend. It doesn't cost you anything to go ahead and bang that bell on YouTube. Hit the icon to subscribe. It's free. Same thing on Twitch. Please follow. Free. It'll help make others be aware of what's going on. See when I'm here. Help me with the algorithm. Grow the channel. We're still in our embryonic stage here. Let's grow this thing into an infancy and then go from there. 2nd and 10. There's a little bit of a run to the right. Kind of had to bounce it out a little bit, Irving. He gets maybe 1. 3rd and long. He'll come off. Road team is 1 and covered in 4 of the last 5 meetings here. Mayfield's in the gun. His back is offset to the right. Trips left. Here comes a blitz. They didn't get there. Throw is, I think it's to Evans, and it would have been low and in if that's the case. If it was for Igbuka, then it was behind him. Just a misread on the option route. Fourth and 10, I guess, or 9. Either way, it's a little too far for a field goal. The field's actually in remarkably good shape given what it looked like on Sunday. That loss to New Orleans was a ghastly effort by the Bucks. The field was in piss poor condition. Punt's going to be inside the 5. Almost a touchback, not quite. Looks like the Falcons are going to be stuck starting at their 1 or maybe 2. Yeah, the Bucks are playing 4 division games in their last 5. The problem I have is that they play Carolina twice in the last 3 weeks. That should never happen. And that's ultimately going to decide that division. Those 2 teams are, I believe, have the same record or close to it. The first meeting will be next weekend in Charlotte. They did take a timeout. 12:33 or so to go in the first. No score. Live price is coming. Yeah, I got to get the rust off here. Had mute for 3.5 minutes, and I put the wrong date. Off to a rousing start. I can't control the fact that it's on a delay. You said it's lagging this way. If you could tell me how it's lagging or what I can do to fix it, let me know. The fact that you couldn't hear me, that was my fault. I was on mute. But the stream situation, the fact that YouTube's running behind Twitch, I don't know what to do about that. If anybody's got an idea or suggestion, please, I'm all ears. I don't know what the delay is. I think one of my friends told me about 45 seconds. And that's unfortunate because I do have a good feed on the game. Amazon Prime is not as good as the live feeds off the antenna between, I get Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS, Telemundo, CW, Unimas. Anytime that's a game's on one of those channels, I'm going to have a faster feed than everybody just because it's off the antenna. But anything that I'm streaming, which is on 7 of my 9 TVs with boxes that I use that are off, FS1 or ESPN or something that's not on the antenna. I'm going to almost invariably be behind almost everybody. The games that are on Amazon Prime, I usually have a pretty good feel for. I do have a Prime account, so I am streaming it well, and I feel like anytime I tweet something about one of those games, it's ahead of or at the same level as everybody else. So that's kind of where we're at with this one tonight. Live price pretty much painted 6. There is some 5.5 as well, total at 41 under. Seems a little low given where we started the first drive, and the second one's at the dick line. There's a non-zero chance this game in one play could be 2-0. And then at that point, the Bucks will also get good field position. I have no problem with the 5.5, 6 still. All right. Oh, they got it to 6. I wonder why. I don't know what happened. I guess did they throw it too far? Somebody touch it there before? Huge difference. Obviously, that would have made now the total should definitely be low. Okay. Cousins has had some sort of a career against the Bucks. Now his record's only 3-2, but this was the team that he played in Washington where he won the game, and then he walked into the locker room over and said, "You like that?" Yeah, this has been by far, in terms of individual success, this is by far the team that he has the most success against. Robinson bangs his way up the middle. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Gets about 11. 63, yeah. Really nice block. Counter play, and 89 comes in with the wham block too. Blitz. Didn't get there. Cousins completes it. That's Pitts. Out to the 30. First down. Pitts seems like he's been there forever, and he's still only like 25. Man, those shoes are the reddest shoes I've ever seen in my life. This is a snazzy uniform game. I think the Bucks will look better if they're wearing orange pants instead of white. Just all the way orange. Creamsicle. Keep the helmets white. All right. I was going over the schedule earlier when I was muted, so let's try to finish that all off. There's some hockey tonight. 13 games, 10 of them are underway. 3 of them start a little bit later in Colorado, Edmonton, and Vancouver. Got a few college basketball games tonight. None to write home about with the exception of Iowa at Iowa State, the Cyhawk rivalry in Ames at Hilton. Iowa State 11.5-point favorite at close, 140.5. The one game I liked in the college hoops tonight, Iowa. Could not understand the price. I'm a really big fan of Iowa's coach, McCollum. Here's a running play to Robinson. They could have gotten the Falcons for forward motion there. The receiver that was in motion from the left was going forward at the snap. It would have been ticky-tack, but technically was a foul. No call. Decent game. Clock will move inside of 10 minutes before the next snap. 2nd and 5. Hawkeyes lead at 21-12. 7:35 to go in Ames, catching 11.5. Iowa State off of a 23-point win at number 1 Purdue on Saturday. Very impressive effort. Hawkeyes 1 loss this year. I think it was at Michigan by about 20, which everybody's losing to Michigan by at least 20. Robinson on a swing pass, complete, got a good block out there, first down. Falcons looking pretty impressive. There is a flag. This is a Cheffers game tonight. Wow, that was pretty close. They didn't call the hold on 8. Week 15 underway in the NFL. 4 left. Buys are completely done, and I believe that a lot of your fantasy football league playoffs start this week. Good luck to everybody. There's a running play. This is Tyler Algier. Bangs his way out for about 3. Clock will move inside of 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Falcons have matriculated it out very close to midfield, at maybe the 46. Robinson by himself in the backfield. Cousins under center, motion left. Now back right. Give is to Robinson. Bangs it off the right side. Probably got about 5. It'll be 3rd along 2. 35 for the Bucks got banged up a couple plays ago. I saw he was the one when he made the tackle on Pitts. They're trying to test him over there to see. Yeah, he got his helmet back. It means he'll be back in it before too much longer. Falcons second to worst in the league in 3rd down conversions. At just 31%. They've crossed midfield. 3rd and 2. Snap is to Cousins. And we got some cheating going on. Pre-snap penalty, and it was not encroachment or offsides where they touched them, so automatically going to go back 5. 71. Third and 7. Changes the complexion of it. It's almost for sure going to be a run there. Cousins in the gun now. His back is offset to his left. Motion right. Now we're going to have an offsides. They're talking about this. I thought for sure that Matthews, the left tackle, was only jumped because of the right defensive end for Tampa was coming at him early. Oh, wow. That's a horrific job by Cousins with recognition. He's been around forever. You got to do a better job. I didn't even see the play clock at 0. That's a terrible call. The defensive end was in the neutral zone before the clock hit 0. That's a piss poor call. So now it's 3rd and 12 instead of 3rd and 2. Clock will continue to move. Back to the 41 now. Cousins out of the gun, back to the left. 4-man rush, fires it. This is caught, nothing doing after the catch. Sills. Yeah, it was a kind of a weird drive. The Falcons had done everything they wanted to that point, had stayed ahead of the sticks, put themselves in position to succeed on 3rd and 2, and then they got 2 penalties. So that'll do that. From the 45, the punt. Caught at the 16. 39 yards, no return. Maybe the 17, 38. Commercial coming, 6:22 in the first. Bucks will take back over. Each team leads off with a punt. Live price coming. Doug Gottlieb won a game. Green Bay wins in Indianapolis 85-75. Game open 2.5 up on top, and it closed Jaguars minus 2.5. Steam got it wrong. Phoenix get there. Let's see, 6:22 to go in the first. Bucks 4, 37. 37 under juice. No strong opinion. Guess I would lean nothing really. I feel like at some point sooner than later that it'll probably turn in, there'll probably be some offense, but hard to start betting that one before they start scoring points. What do we got up here? Is this Little Caesars? Man, that's a good looking pie. I know it's Little Caesars. Don't make fun of me. That's my recommendation. Go to if you're running bad, and you ain't got time to get grocery store pizza because you're running that bad. You want to get a nice hot pie. Little Caesars is your best bet for the price. If you're running good, you can splurge a little more. Then you don't necessarily have to get the name stuff. I haven't been paying much attention lately. I know that a lot of times they'll have decent pizzas on sale. You can get I think Papa John's had one that was like $9 for one large, one topping, like half price where it was usually. Of course, they jacked the price up to make half price look better, but still, it was like $9. It was a good deal. That was maybe a couple weeks ago I did that. I think I had pizza one night, and then the next day was Thanksgiving. Those of you who haven't finished up your turkey yet or put it in the freezer probably should already have done so by now. Falcons are showing a blitz. They're going to bring a couple. Mayfield hit as he throws, incomplete. It's one thing, the Falcons, they'll blitz you when they come off the bus. They think you're susceptible to it. The Boo Birds are out in Tampa. They're letting them hear it. I don't remember hearing that too much in recent times. Falcons are showing another blitz. Gun. Draw. Decent work here. Irving bangs his way through for about 5. Well, that might have been why they were booing, because 27 hit him, had his hand over his face and hit his arm at the same time. They weren't booing the offense, they were booing the ref. All right, 3rd and 4. Here comes a blitz. What's new? And they got him. 55 Ellis gets the sack. There is a flag. Defensive holding. Automatic first down, Tampa. Take away the sack. Yeah, it's fascinating to watch these Atlanta blitzes. Here comes another one. They run against it. Big play. Gaping hole. Irving bangs his way out. First down. This is number 1. That's White. Give him about 16. Yeah, they got the right tackle around. They caught him in a blitz from the other side. Clock will go inside of 5 minutes. Still no score. At the 49, first down Tampa. Can. Check into something here. To run up the middle. Give him 2. Irving again. Kind of a bunch formation here with 2 receivers to each side and 2 tight end. Evans quick motion to the right. He gets out some space. He catches it. Complete first down. Gain of about 11. That's his first catch in 2 months. Crowd's going absolutely ape shit. Good for them. That's actually great route concepts. Just by getting him from inside to outside, depending on how the defense is set up, switches the responsibilities for the defenders. At the 38, Mayfield back out of the gun. They rush 4, no blitz. Fires it over the middle, over everybody's head. Igbuka was double covered. 3:01 to go in the first quarter. No score still. Mayfield. Down he goes. 27 Pierce got there this time. Loss of 5. Back. Fires. This is caught. Complete by Igbuka. This may come back. He got some separation there, and I saw a flag coming in. might be offensive interference. Going to be on the defense for illegal contact. And the drive will continue. The Bucs are in field goal range. Oh, I don't know about that. It's a no call. Mayfield back all day, fires over the middle, complete, caught at the end zone. They're going to say he's down inside the 1. Who's that, Godwin? They're going to say touchdown. That'll give them the chance to review it at least. Fire the cannons. Look, he doesn't even know. I don't know if they're going to give it to him or not, man. That's close. That first touchdown prop is a motherfucker, son of a bitch. God. Can you imagine having to sweat this out? Because, I mean, it's not like they're going to throw it back to Godwin again. They're so close to the goal line. It's either Mayfield or the back. Oh, it wasn't Godwin. It was McMillan. $11. We're going to take a timeout. 1:36 to go in the quarter. As it stands, the Bucs are up 6-0, point pending after the replay. Tampa laying 9.5 total, around 40, give or take, in the live markets that are still up. I will be going home for Christmas. This is Southern Indiana. I'm headed to. I'll be flying into Louisville. Then my parents will scoop me up, and I'll stay with them for a couple weeks. I will be streaming while I'm home. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I know my phone's an option at the very least, but I'm hopefully that I can get my laptop fired up. Obviously, the setup is not the same. There's no background. There's no nothing that's going to be in position for me to have the same sort of professional setup. No microphone. I will bring a headset, but yeah, I mean the point will still be there. The thought process will be there, and certainly, going through the games, I'll be around for enough of them. The schedule will be a little bit flexible. Certainly, I'll be changing some things on the fly, but as long as there isn't anything that's precluding me to do a game, of course I'll do it. I know I'll be here Friday. That's tomorrow. Nothing. Saturday I'll come around for Army Navy and maybe hang out for a couple hours in the afternoon. Nothing stupid, but probably from Army Navy kick until several hours. I'll do several hours on Saturday. Sunday, typical day, start a little before kickoff of the 1 o'clock Eastern games and go through the half times of the late games, and then I'll come back. I didn't do the night game last week. I plan on it, as things stand tentatively, to come back this week for the night game. Who is it? I can't find my NFL schedule. I was making some notes yesterday, and now I can't find it. Of course, why would I? Here we go. Minnesota Cowboys. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll come back for that. Got Dallas be laying a touchdown. It took the touchdown away, so we're going to come back first and goal at about the 8-inch line. Mayfield's going to throw it. Evans, incomplete. Wow. I mean, Evans is a monster. 24 is a good defensive player. He also did a good job on Evans in Week 1 in Atlanta. Second and goal. Here comes Vita Vea in the backfield, along with Tucker. The give is to Tucker, and he runs right behind Vea. Pretty good idea. Touchdown Bucks. Fire the cannons. How much of a nightmare would that be if you're a defensive player and you see that guy coming at you? Yeah, Wirfs and Vea. Yeah, good luck. I'm not even sure how that play could be stopped. Like, why would you bother to run that push if you could just run that play? I mean, that's the easiest yard you'll ever see. Extra point is good. 138 to go in the first. Now it's Bucks 7, Atlanta nothing. Live price 9.5, 41.5. And Chris, I'm okay with that. The fact that the Falcons were still blitzing everybody there and the Bucks found a way to score makes me think that this could get up there. Mayfield seems as I mean I know he's banged up a shoulder and everything, but it seems like he didn't. I mean the throws that were off were because he got hit. It wasn't like that he did anything that looked like there was an injury that was affecting the way that his mechanics or anything. I'm going to wait for the Falcons to have another drive here, but it may turn into a track meet here. It would be better probably if you like the over if the field were in a little bit worse shape. Anytime the offense knows where they're going and there's a chance for the defense to slip, usually conducive for points. $138 to go in the first. Kickoff is into the end zone touchback. That'll bring it to the 35. Iowa leads Iowa State at the break, 33-25. The Hawkeyes were catching 11.5 before the game. Halftime line, 10, 10.5. I don't get it. I liked Iowa before the game. I like them again at halftime. I realize Iowa State's off a win of the number one team in the country. I just don't think, first of all, Purdue's the best team. I don't think it's even that debatable at this point. Clearly, there are at least two, if not three or four, that are better. Trips left here, motion, play fake Cousins. Looks back, fires over the middle, complete. This is Pitts, 45-40, down at the 38. Yeah, this is going to turn into a track meet. There's already a 42.5 on the live. Yeah, he had 8 inches on that corner he was on Winfield. Cousins 4 for 4 for 52 yards. The Falcons moved it at will in that first drive too. They just had penalties to stop everything. Robinson cuts it left, back to the right, gains about 4, maybe 5. There is a flag. Holding on the Falcons. Take them back 10. Oh, the SEC came out with their schedule next year. Lane Kiffin to face Ole Miss for first time as the Tigers coach September the 19th. Why so early? It's like in week 3. Bucks no penalties yet. Falcons 4 for 25. Clock moving. Inside of 40 seconds left. 1st and 20. Going to set up a better value play. We're going to go over, I think, if I can get a decent number here. Robinson bangs his way on the right side for about 8. 2nd and 12. That probably is going to be the last play of the first quarter. Let's dial up and over at 41 or better. All right, end of the quarter. Falcons 2nd and 8 at the 41 of Tampa. It's 7-0 Bucks. Going over 41. 112 is Chris. Could find a flat. If you can find that, that's fine. No worse than over 15. Pinnacle has 40.5 over 30. Not acceptable. It's not worth that much juice. Buckeye the same. This is a small to medium play, 1.5 units. 41.5 under minus 130 at the Westgate. If that's, I think it's a 30-cent line. So it would be even money on the over. No good. 41's worth more than 10 cents to 41.5. Not by much. It's 12 to 15, but don't want to get hooked if you don't have to. Spin the extra juice. Oh, bookmaker got bet under 41 under 28. Hope we didn't get down. If you can't find a 41 and the only options are 40.5 and 41.5, the numbers would have to be 41.5. You'd have to go over plus something. The Westgate's 41.5 even money is just not good. It's a couple or 3 cents worth. Just not. I just can't recommend it. The 40.5 number would have to be over minus 120 at worst would be the number. Okay, we're in it flat. Over 41 flat over here. Small to medium 1.5. I'm going to go ahead and fire that in the chat as well. You guys can do with it what you want. It's there. I actually like the Falcons somewhat, but they keep killing themselves with these penalties and shit. Swing pass out to Robinson. He makes a guy miss inside the 40. 35. What a really good player that guy is. Cousins got him the ball early enough for him to be able to make a move and get 5 or 6. And now they're in a position where they're not quite in field goal range, so it's probably going to be 4-down territory. Certainly they won't punt it from here, which is all you're asking for. You don't want punts when you got over. At the 35, it's 3rd and 5. 34, 3rd and 5. 2 to the left, gun, back to the right, fires over the middle, complete. Gain of about 10. Sills again. I know that Paul Charching today on Mitch and Paul's show was making a case for Sills to score a touchdown anytime at 6-1. I think he had him over 2.5 catches as well. Cousins kind of go quick a little bit. Robinson motions into the backfield. God damn it with the fucking false starts. trying to do a good job of keeping this professional. Every once in a while, I'll lose my shit, let a cuss word or an F-bomb go. Viewer discretion advised. But that's not acceptable. I mean, look at this shit. 4 offensive penalties and we played 16 minutes. 14 drives since their last offensive touchdown. That's pitiful. It shouldn't. I mean, I understand. Last week was different. Seattle at home, and it was 6-6 at halftime, and then Seattle runs the opening kickoff of the second half back. Forget about it. They just a lay-down spot. But you figure you get a good effort tonight. I saw some ridiculous trend about teams that get beat up at home. They come back on Thursday nights. They travel. They have some really, really good record against the spread. Defensive holding. That'll be tacked on and an automatic first down. Bowles either said, "Who's that?" or "That's bullshit." Clock moving. 90 seconds into the second quarter. I don't see anything there. Defensive holding. Trips right. Pistol. Cousins back. Play fake. Thank you. For Christ's sakes, I thought he was going to take a sack. At the 19, it's now 2nd and 10. 13:04 left in the quarter. Cousins wears his wedding ring? It's crazy. Wonder if Phillip Rivers will wear his wedding ring if he plays on Sunday. All right, at the 19, here we go again. Pistol, Cousins, back, fires. That's caught. Threw it between 2 defenders. That's Sills again. Funny story, Sills was actually recruited at the age of 13 to play quarterback at Southern Cal. Eventually ended up as a receiver at West Virginia, so didn't quite make the journey to LA. 3rd and 4. Let's see what the Bucs dial up here on defense. I still think the Falcons should treat this as 4-down territory, especially your 4-9. Kick no fucking field goal down here. Here we go. Trips right. Backs offset to the right out of the gun. Cousins fires. No one home. Complete miscommunication. No one was there. 4th and 4, they'll have to kick. Yeah, he started to go out, but by the time Cousins threw it, he had stopped. No, Cousins made the right decision there. There was nothing. If Robinson stops there and sits on it, there's nothing there. There's too many defenders. 31-yard field goal attempt. Left hash, and he slides it inside the left upright. 7-3. 12:16 to go in the first half. Uh-oh. Got some cheating. Hang on. Cousins is coming back out. What they call leaping or leveraging or whatever the hell it is. Offsides. That is so unacceptable. I think he got back. I do too. That didn't look like a penalty to me. So they're going to take the points off the board. 1st and goal. At the 9, I guess. Great. 12:16 left. Here we go at the 8-yard line. Motion left. Cousins Fires over the middle, complete the pitch, 5, touchdown. Excellent. 9 plays, 65 yards, 427 off the clock. 7-6. Yeah, the motion left. Put 2 to that side, and nobody's just a couple of short crosses. Did Cousins throw a no-look pass there? Extra point from the same distance as the field goal just was, and it's right down the middle. 7-7. 12-11 to go in the first. All right. That pays off handsomely. I always like it when you go over in a live market and there's a touchdown scored on the drive that you bet it on. They had to go half the field or whatever after the first quarter was over, and they did it fairly promptly, less than 3 minutes. From when the live play was made. New prices coming. Just a minute. Looks like the Bucks 4.5 and 45. I actually like Tampa Bay plus 4.5 a little bit. I'm sorry, Atlanta plus 4.5 a little bit. I think the Falcons will keep scoring. I'm not saying that the Bucks won't. That's why I liked over live. But I think if I had to do anything right now, taking 4.5 isn't the stupidest thing ever. I'm going to do it. There's 4.5 minus 15. Let's go small. Hang tight. Got it for a peanut. Just call it a small play. Uncle Lester Cam. Oh, wow, this Superbook Rex, so cool. Yes, it is. Lester, I used to work at the Superbook. Yeah, I was at the Westgate from October 2020 until March 22. Correct. Is this live? Yes, sir, this is live. Now, the current live prices are 4.5, and there is a 5.5 at Pinnacle. Yikes. Missed that. Total 44.5 flat, 45 flat, 44.5 over 30. Again, at the end of the first quarter, we had a live bet. I need to put that in the chat. I thought I did a good job of that. Yeah, okay. So, all right. So let's be better. Got the wrong date on the Sweatbox, December the 11th, not December the 8th. My last broadcast obviously was Monday night. 9:06. We're an hour into it. We're in the second hour of the Sweatbox tonight. My name is Rex Byers. I am your host. Thanks for checking me out. YouTube TV, Twitch TV. We've got NBA games, a couple or three of them all started at the same time. They're going to the half. I'll come with numbers to help you out there. Denver, Sacramento goes in an hour. Denver 10.5 at Sacramento, 239 the total. Nuggets have won 2 of the first 3. This is already the 4th meeting of the season. Sacramento won in Denver last time, so it's a home reversal for the Nuggets. Bucks will start at their own 20, 12-11 to go in the half. Big formation, one back. The give is to the back. Bangs it through the middle, Irving for about 7. my thought process on Atlanta plus the 4.5 or better. Like I said, they've had the ball and they've done things on both their drives. Now, obviously, the Bucks it went punt touchdown for both teams, but I thought it just seems like so far Atlanta's without the penalties, they're having less trouble doing what they want than Tampa Bay is. Now, the concern is that the Atlanta's shown them everything with the blitzes and all that other shit, and the Bucks still scored the last time, and now they're 2nd and 2. Mayfield play fake. He's going to take a shot. No, he's not. He's sacked. Had nothing pregame here, so now I like the fact that there's something to root for. We do have a flag. Defensive holding, 24. Another automatic first step. Well, the key on those plays, I need interferences. When you got over, you don't want 5-yard penalties, 10-yard penalties. Just chatted my guy Ed. Schefter's staying busy tonight. He said lots of calls on Falcons, and I said, yeah. The one on Tampa Bay, that defensive holding was complete trash. Wasn't even the right call. I One thing that I noticed on the last drive is that the Falcons have been blitzing since they got off the bus, and then at the very end of the last drive, Mayfield's completion down inside the 1 was no blitz, and then he had another completion for a first down on 3rd and long. It was also with no blitz. So maybe the Falcons should reconsider this and just start blitzing the shit out of them again, because this sitting back ain't going to cut it against Mayfield. You got to put heat on him. I mean, that 2nd and 1 free play, they were going to take a shot. It should have been 3rd and 7. After a 6-yard carry on first down, the Bucks stack them up, or the Falcons stack them up in the backfield, and they lose 4. Be back to 3rd and 8 now. That 2nd and 4 play reminded me of something you see on Tecmo Bowl, where you call a play and the defense calls the same play you do, and the next thing you know, the defense's whole team's living in your backfield. All right. Blitz. Fake. Gets away. Scrambles. Buys more time. Fires again. Over everybody's head. Evans is wanting a flag. The sideline's begging for it. They're not going to call it. Oh, there is a flag. Ineligible downfield. They'll have to punt it. 9:44 to go in the quarter. Atlanta has broken serve. Your Twitter account is a great follow. Uncle Lester, Cam, thank you much. I appreciate that. I wish other people felt the same way you did. I kept quiet for a good part of the summer. Just had a couple of people that really got me down and was very, I would say anti-posting, but it's not worth it if you're going to post stuff that you think is helpful or try to be funny and other people either say you're not funny or you're not helpful. Who needs that when you've been unemployed for as long as I have? Yeah, but anyways, we're going into the season here and got this project, trying to get it off the ground. It's been a little easier to get back out there and talk to some people, and hopefully people find some interest in this. My goal in my job here is to inform, entertain, and educate. I got my journalism degree with those principles in mind. Try to do the same thing here when I'm talking to you guys. My goal is to build this thing up to where instead of being 5 viewers, there's 55 viewers or 500 viewers, and then everybody's talking to each other, and I can sort of be the quarterback, talk about what's happening in the game, but then, Also check and see what's going on with you guys. Sort of semi-moderate as everybody communicates with each other, sees things that they might like, feels free to chat it to the rest of the group. The goal is eventually to have people on. I have a lot of friends that I've talked to about that are aware. Some I won't name names because they've told me not yet, but at some point down the road. But there's several. I'll just say without saying anything other than when I was at Dave Sharapan's funeral back in October, I got some really good feedback from a lot of people in the business and wish me luck. And again, like I said, it's going to take some luck and it's going to take some work to get it off the ground. But if you come back and you post and you talk about games and you give people actionable information that they can earn off of, then there's an audience for that. And like I say, I'm not against doing any sort of affiliate deals, although that business model might be dead. Sportsbook sponsorship deals maybe would be the better route. I don't know who I would go through yet. I'll obviously have to talk to some friends. I'll be a little bit more aggressive about that once we get back from the holidays into New Year. Same thing with looking for an actual real full-time job too. So we'll see. Something will pop. Let's hope. Live price at the 9:35 mark to go in the second quarter. It's 7-all. Atlanta will take over after the punt. It's 3 and 42.5. There is 43.5 out there as well. There is a 44 under 30 also. So anywhere between 42.5 and 44 are your prices on the side. The total pretty much, or the side pretty much 3.5 to dog a ton, or 3 flat, give or take. As the Falcons ready for their third drive. Again, the Falcons did kick off to start this game as well. So the live plays you see, the first one was made over 41 flat. Small to medium, 1.5 units is at the end of the first quarter. Live Atlanta plus 4.5 flat was after their touchdown to tie it up at 7-all at 12:11. Pistol. The give is to Robinson. Big hole. Out to the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Out of bounds. Big game. And another fucking flag. This time I unfortunately know what it is. How can it be a receiver? What the fuck are they doing? I don't even know who this guy is. 81? I've never seen him before. What are you doing? There's no need for that. What did he say? What are you doing? 8 first downs and 7 penalties. That was about a 30-yard gain, and now it turns into a 1-yard loss. 1st and 11 now. Well, I guess technically it's a 9-yard gain, the 10-yard penalty, right? Now we got pitch jumping. Oh, because this is a division game is the reason why the prices are so high. I think it would be hilarious if the Falcons won out and got to 9-9. What would that do if the Bucks go 9-9? What would that do? What if the Panthers go 9-9? Is that possible too or not? I guess anything's possible, but I'm sure these teams play a tough enough schedule and it's gonna happen. Let me see what the Falcons have left. Now I got myself curious. Playing the what if game. I mean, are the Falcons, can they even win the division? 9-9 they would win the division, right? Uh, Falcons have at Tampa, at Arizona, Rams, New Orleans. You could win all those games. The Rams game's tough at home, but not impossible. They beat Buffalo at home. Pitts 3 for 47. Robinson 9 for 59. They took away a 30-yard carry. Yeah, Robinson's gonna have a monster game here. Algier checked in for him here. Middle of the second quarter now. Still 7-all. He's in the backfield by himself, 7 yards deep at the 40. First down Falcons. Motion left, trips left. Play fake, roll right. Gets away from the first man. He fires over the middle. It was wide open. Undershot Mooney. The 3 NBA games are all at the half. Boston leads at Milwaukee 67-60. Celtics laying 3.5 and 107 in the second half. Clippers in Houston 54-51. LA leads in Houston. Rockets 6.5 and 113. Portland trails 70-68 at New Orleans in a track meet. The Blazers are 4 and 118 in the second half. There is some 117.5 as well. Cousins' pass is thrown to Robinson, and that's caught. Is he inbounds? They're going to discuss it. The refs, they don't know. They're talking to each other, and they still haven't made a call. Expedited review will fix it. Call it a catch on the field. Let's go from there. 1. Oh man, the right foot's out of bounds. Actually the ball hit the ground too. No, his right foot was never on the ground. 3rd and 10. They got it right. Incomplete. Disappointing. Iowa completely shitting the whole bed here against Iowa State. 39-33. Cyclones. I think this is a 14-0 run to start the second half. Is that right? Yeah. Iowa actually led by as many as 13 in the first half. 8 at halftime. Now they're down 6. Bucks showing blitz here on 3rd and 10. Trips left. Fucking flag. Gosh damn it. Sills caught over the middle for a completion too. Would have been a first down. Pre-snapping, there wasn't contact, so it's going to go against the offense. 3rd and 15. 7:08 to go. That's ticky-tack, man. I mean, I've seen way worse than that. Let it go. Left tackle's going about less than a half second before the ball is snapped. 3rd and 15. Motion left, trips left. Motion right for Mooney. Dumps it to the back. That's Pitts. He bangs his way out for about 12. It'll be 4th and 3. Penalty put him behind it. They're going to have to probably punt it. Oh, they're going to stay in. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is great for over, especially. Oh, now we got a Bucks injury. 4th and 3 at the 6:44 mark. Have to assume we'll take it to injury timeout here for the Bucks. God damn it, I freaking knew it, man. The longer you give these coaches time to think about stuff, the more they're going to screw it up. Now they're going to go for it. Now they're going to punt. God bless. Both these teams are mirroring each other in this game. Punt, touchdown, punt. on each of the first 3 drives for both teams. Punt is down inside the goal, inside the 5 for a touchback. 50, 52 yards, net 32. Bucks take over. I think it was 6:29 to go before the half. Don't quote me on the time. A good commercial. I can't wait this next. I haven't watched Christmas Vacation yet. I think I'm going to wait. I get home, visit my family next week. I can watch it on one of their magic boxes. Probably watch it with my mom and dad both. Oh, today's my mother's birthday. How about that? I got a chance to talk to her a little bit earlier. You know what we spent the most of our time on? We were talking about my healthcare situation. Not fun. Have to figure out how to re-up going into next year. The Aetna account that I have is going to expire. They're getting out of the business. I'll have to find another private provider. It looks like Anthem is the favorite. Wish me luck. Got to go through all the hoops and yellow tape, all that good stuff. But yeah, we had a good talk today. Unfortunately, it was mostly about my health insurance. She did have a good lunch with my sister for her birthday, however, so that was pretty cool. My dad, his birthday, they're the same age. They had his was last month, 26 days ago, yeah, 15th of November. Live price in a 7-all game with the the Bucks starting at their own 20. Tampa 3.5 and 41. 41.5 under, 40.5 over. The exact same total that I went over a little bit ago. If you missed it earlier, it's still good now. I'm not sure I would bet it now, but the fact that it was a small play to begin with, you have my blessing if you want to have a sweat. Oh, I'm sorry. The over was the bigger bet, small to medium. I would bet it if I had to bet it. If I had nothing on it yet and I had to get involved, I would still go over, gun to my head, small. At this level, I still see another touchdown and maybe even another field goal before the half. At the very worst, 6 points, probably 7, maybe 10, hopefully 14. In addition to the 14 that are there now. Raise the flags. All right, I have to watch that. Sounds interesting. All stop. That guy was the son of a bitch. In a good way. Dumped off to Irving, incomplete. Oh, John McKay. John McKay is quite honestly. I wish I would have lived. Because the way he talked to the media too. I bet if I would have reported on football, he would have been. I would have loved to cover the Bucks. Play fake, throw out to the outside and caught. That's, I think, Godwin. Ah, Dungy's at the game. Here comes a blitz on 3rd and 5. Throw to the outside. It's caught. Really well thrown by Mayfield. Evans makes the play. .37. He's picking on him. Yeah, it's disappointing. Given the field position was down there where you could have flipped it around. Both teams do have all their timeouts left. I would expect the clock management will come into play here for both teams here in the next couple 3 minutes as they both feel each other out. Ball's out to the 36. 2 receivers to each side. The back's by himself in the backfield. It's a fake to him. Fire it to the left. It's caught. And a broken tackle and a first down. Emeka Egbuka, gain of about 12. Once again, Atlanta back in zone and not blitzing. I don't understand it. Boy, 37's getting totally pumped. So Bryant. Clock moving inside of 4.5 minutes to go. Bucks out to the 47. Play fake by Mayfield. Fires it downfield, and it is caught on an out. It's Bucky McMillan. First down, Tampa. They're just going to keep picking on this 37. That's a great play by Mayfield. I've had to have been a receiver when those routes are thrown before you start your cut. It's terrifying when you look up and the ball's almost already there. Draw to Irving. He is smashed by Ellis. Give him one. Clock moving now. Bucks are starting to manage it. Curious to see how long it'll be before the Falcons start burning some timeouts. Be nice if the Bucks took a shot to the end zone and scored right quick. Give Atlanta more time. Bucks are really milking away at it now. 2nd and 9 at the 32. Trips right. Backfield is empty. So 4 to the right, 1 to the left here. Fires it to the left. That's Evans. They're picking on 37 again, but this time he makes a play. Not Mayfield's best effort on the throw. 3rd and 9. No, yeah, somebody in the Tampa Bay press box has told the Mayfield to start throwing, and throw it at 37 every time. .254 to go in the first half. 3 on the play clock. Tampa calls a timeout. Evans is holding his lower back and is not in the game. Visibly disgusted. The creamsicles. At the 32, motion left. Mayfield's got time. He's running out of time. He's rolling. He's going back to the other side. It's going to end up being a 2-yard scramble. Lots of action there for the 2 yards. There's about a 4-second difference between game clock and 2-minute warning. It'll be 4th and maybe 7 here. But if the Bucks handle this right, they'll snap it right before the 2-minute warning, and the field goal will be good at the 2-minute warning, or maybe with 1:59 left. Well, it might not be good. It'll be kicked, and it'll be the 2-minute warning after the kick. 49-yard field goal, McLaughlin. Infinite range. Snap down up. Good. But he kicked it early. There's still 2:04 left in the half. Not much damage will be done if the kickoff gets him to the 2-minute warning. But you don't want to give him a free play if you don't have to. 10-7 Tampa Bay, 2:04 to go in the half. Halftime or live price coming in a second here. Thanks for checking me out. My name is Rex Byers. I'm your host here on YouTube TV, Twitch TV. This is the Sweatbox. We're out here to inform, entertain, educate, and try to make us some money. At this point, too early to tell whether the last part will be successful. Certainly, I hope that the first three, as I learned in college, are abundantly important when you're trying to talk to people and keep their attention. I did not like the decision, again, to kick the field goal before. They had a couple more seconds to burn. They should have gotten it down to the 2-minute warning without really much of a struggle there. But again, all will be forgotten if they can at least get this thing to the 2-minute warning before the first offensive snap here. The kickoff is going to be into the end zone. So no, they didn't even do that. So bad execution on back-to-back plays. You give the Falcons the ball at the 35, and there's 2:04 left. They have all three of their timeouts and the 2-minute warning as well. Evans' lower back. Pistol formation here. Let's see if the Falcons run the ball like I would here. Nope. Here comes a blitz. They dump it off to Robinson. He makes a catch, makes a guy miss. Out past the 45. It'll be a first down. They'll move the clock, move the sticks. 1:57 to go at the 2-minute warning. Live price coming momentarily. Be nice if they'd rip one off and break it and then give the Bucs a chance to get it back. I know that's not going to happen, but sure be good. I said this last Thursday. Amazon does a good job of putting these commercials on during the game and then having you add stuff to your cart. Like this Nespresso Virtuo Pop Deluxe Coffee and Espresso Maker, $150, but they're knocking it down 33% to $99.94. I mean, you can put it in your cart and then you can look at it later. You don't have to buy it now. That's great. It's really, really smart work by them on the commercials. I made fun of them a couple weeks ago. I thought they were trying to put something on here. Now the Nissan Rogue, they're not going to make you buy that because it's a $60,000 vehicle, but send the information to your phone. The live price is Tampa Bay 341 flat. There is a 3.5 dog a bunch, 41.5 flat as well. So total between 41, 41.5. I still like over. I think that there will be a touchdown in this drive, but I'm eternally optimistic, I guess. Even if there's only a field goal, still the 43.5, the second half price has to be at least 21.5 minimum. So we're sitting 17. What is that? 38.5. Yeah, they're saying that the total on this, the rest of this first half is 2.5, and I don't agree with that. I think it's at least 3. Sorry, 3.5. I think that's the least of what it could be. Given where the Falcons are on the field, they're a favorite to kick at least a field goal here. So you're almost shooting a free roll at it. If you go over 41, I think it's a good bet. Haven't been any turnovers yet. Fairly mistake-free game. The drive summary so far, Bucs went punt, touchdown, punt, field goal. Falcons punt, touchdown, punt. This is their fourth possession, again, out near midfield. 1:57 to go in the first half. They've got 55 yards to get to the end zone. Iowa sliced the Iowa State lead to 2 with 8:18 to go. Low-scoring game in Ames. They did not give them a first down. Robinson bangs it up the middle for 3, so now it's a first down. It's a little unfortunate. They had a free play there. They didn't try to do something with it. He's going to try to milk it. Second and short is super unfortunate when that clock situation. Going to make sure the Bucs don't get it back. And they do get it at halftime, so that's probably smart. Wheel route. Pitts open. Big gain. 35-20 down to the 17. Didn't really call that very good. 35, 30, and then 20 is what I meant to say. Kind of an out and up. I thought Pitts lined up more as an H back there. He was actually out. It's sort of a he was in his tight end, split out a little bit, and started behind the line. Clock running now inside of a minute. At the 17, they have all their timeouts. They won't be in any kind of hurry. 2 to each side. Back offset to the right in the gun. Cousins all day. Fires. End zone. Touch again. Touch. Back-to-back plays to number 8. Monster night so far for Pitts. 4 plays, 65 yards, 126. And the Bucks have 38 seconds. Just what the doctor ordered, baby. Let's go. God, he's open by a lot. He almost threw it too late. Cousins has had a good night. Not a great night, but good. He's not completely inept. It's like, I know he's getting old, but he's not like he just can't play anymore. Extra point is good. 38 seconds left. Atlanta 14-10. They do get it at halftime, so I would expect the Bucks to try to do something here. Yeah, Pitts was one of those draft choices that the Falcons were in that middle of that 2019 to 2022 range where they're taking all these Swiss Army knives. And it's like, okay, you keep drafting all these guys like this. What are you going to do with them? And they seem like they couldn't figure it out. New live price, Tampa Bay the favorite? I don't see that at all. 1 and 46.5, 47. I like Atlanta again. I'm going to go for more. I can't see the halftime price being that high. I mean, they might get a field goal before the half. If they don't, Atlanta will be the favorite for sure in the live. Pretty much a pick 'em. I want even money and I can't find it. It's all minus 105 or worse. Pass, but not. If you want to sweat and you don't have one yet, I think it's better just to wait till halftime. But it would be Atlanta or nothing for sure. If you like Tampa, if you like Atlanta, like I said, I'm okay with going now. And I've already got a semi-hedge against my total, which is the bigger play anyways. And again, we're in good shape to that total at this point. The live price is 1 and pick. Total 47 and 47.5. There is a 46.5 out there as well, which I like over that still. Yeah, I like Atlanta to win the game. No, I mean, they've been the better team. They get the ball first to start the second half. If they cut out the freaking turnovers, they're better. I mean, they're the better team. I mean, they're not playing bad. They're better, period. I mean, the way that as bad as they've been most of the year, I do remember in week 2 when they played in prime time, they went to Minnesota and punked the Vikings. Kickoff is a squirt, is a line drive, squibber down inside the 10, picked up and run out past the 25. That's where the Falcons will start. 33 seconds left, 2 timeouts. Sorry, the Bucks will start. 33 seconds left, 2 timeouts. They rushed 4 only. Mayfield Runs around, fires. It's tipped, deflected. Almost intercepted, incomplete.
Daggone it. I thought when he rolled out and found some time, he was going to zing one over the middle for a big gain, but just not that tall. 98 got his big fat Mitzka up.
That is a great name, Oruro. Gun, fires, out, over Evans' head, incomplete. 21 seconds left, 3rd and 10. Bucks have 2 timeouts, Falcons have 3. There is a flag. Sheffers hasn't been hurt in a while. He wanted to make sure that people remember he's still here. Wow. Personal foul, face mask. It's a 15-yarder against Alford. That's going to give the Bucks a position where they only need about 30 more yards to get field goal range. That's pretty chintzy. Ten penalties for 70 yards, completely unexcusable. Cost themselves points already with penalties on their first drive. At the 41, Mayfield back, fires. Got a man wide open. Who is that? Evans? And he gets it and gets out of bounds, which really wasn't important in the main scheme of things because they still have 2 timeouts left. I don't know what, there's just a complete breakdown there. So that's what happened. They did this earlier in the first half when the defensive back switched against the motion. They did it again. Yeah, it's 37. They're more picking on 37. 13 seconds left. They're at the 26. Two timeouts. Mayfield back. They're going to get his ass. That absolutely could not happen. 6 seconds left. They call timeout, but now they're getting to a deeper field goal kick from McLaughlin. They didn't even blitz there. Yeah, they were going to try to take a shot. Clock's back up to 7 seconds. I don't know if they're going to try to run another play or not. $9:45 Eastern, 6:45 on the West Coast. Welcome into the Sweatbox. I am your host, Rex Byers, here on Twitch TV, YouTube TV. Thanks for checking me out. Going to go into the half here in 7 seconds. Come with the price there. And take a little break after the half, and then I'll stick around. Discuss some of the second half, possible live plays into the 3rd and 4th quarters. This is going to be an Atlanta timeout. They're first. The Amazon people were getting concerned. Nobody was calling any timeouts. They had to slide in a full set of commercials after that touchdown on the last drive. They seem satisfied now. All these timeouts for 30 seconds. No commercials. Now Michael's trying to put the whammy on him. Says the kicker for Tampa's 9 for 9 from 50. Oh, they put the graphic mush on him too. Double bang. Because they have 7 seconds left at the 34, they have enough time with 1 timeout in pocket to run a play here in theory. Let's see what they do. The back is offset to the right. There's 2 receivers to each side. More motion left here. They're going to try to pick on 37 again, maybe? Mayfield looking, and now he finally dumps it into the ground. Cognizant of the clock. Smart play. I think he wanted to take a shot, and it wasn't there. Going to be about a 51-yarder, maybe 52 on the last play of the half. Middle of the field. Snap down up, and it's good. 14-13 at the intermission. 22, 20, 21 and a half to 23 is all the same shit. They're going to make Tampa Bay try to win the game. I don't agree with that. Atlanta gets the ball first. It's not going to come as high as 3, will it? I don't think so. Let's hear what the coach has to say first. He did used to coach the Bucks. I mean, you can tell that they're amped tonight. They really do want to win it. And the Falcons are better than talent-wise. They're better than a 4-9 team. I mean, I think everybody can agree with that. I don't know what their preseason win total was, but I know it was high enough for them to be considered one of the division favorites. Let's wait for a little bit of the market to develop here. I'm in no rush. I want to give you guys a chance to do what's right in terms of side and total. I like over still, but I'm not going for any more. We have the over 41 bet flat, and anything even at the 41 and a half, if you got a decent price, you're in good shape at this level. Working with now it's 7 or 8 points, the best of it. We only need 14, and it's sitting 21 and a half, 22 and a half. I would probably use 23 under 15 if I were booking it myself. The 22 and a half flat's fine. 2.5 minus money, 3 dog money's out there. The game's sitting 1. Games in the NFL don't fall 2 very much. The 3 is not nearly as live as what it usually is at halftime in these spots. I'm not going off the in-game price. I'm going off the halftime only. I mean, you got to understand, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I've been doing halftimes for 20 years. I've been doing in-games for about, in-game halftime, whatever equivalencies, for about 6. Hang tight. With the game going through 0 on the money line, the equivalency is not there as what it usually would be. There's extreme value taking the Falcons just to win the game. But again, now if the Bucks are in a situation where it's late and they score a touchdown, or that goes to overtime, for example, and they go for 2 and miss it and they lose by 1, well, then they cover the halftime, and then the second half is a loser if you only go money line. So you have to decide how greedy you want to get here. I think that I'm basically betting against the 1. If it falls 1 Atlanta, then you don't win the money and you lose the second half. And if it falls Tampa 1, you lose the second half and you lose the money. Whereas if it fell 1, either way beforehand, you would win the second half. But 1's just such an improbable price that math-wise, you're better off taking 130 or better. And I'm going to recommend that. Most places are dealing a money line. Let's see if I can find better out there. That's the recommendation. Second half Atlanta money line is the way to go, just based on the math. With them up by 1 and getting the ball first, Atlanta second half money line is your way to go. Just based on the math, with the game sitting Atlanta 1 and the price is 2.5 and 3 on the bottom, that 2.5 and 3 math price doesn't equivalate. It's not the same. It's not right. It's not the same as if it was 2.5 or 3 and Tampa Bay was up by 1. Then that's the right price. But with it going through 0, the math value is on Atlanta plus 130 or better, and I like the side to begin with. Easy recommendation. Waiting on a confirmation from my buddy. He's going to be the one that puts it in because there's a couple places I have that I can't get to, and a couple places that I don't have money at, and there's one place where we both have money that I can get to him one way or the other. So going to wait and for confirmation, but I'm going to go ahead and fire it in the chat. Second half Atlanta plus 130 or better. Money line, small to medium, 1.5 units. And we'll get to it. There's nothing moving. He's got it, so we're good. All right, so yeah, I hope I explained that well enough. If you guys have questions, feel free to put it in the chat. But it was pretty, like to me, it's pretty self-explanatory. The game's got to go through 0 for Tampa Bay to win and cover. 2.5 minus 15 minus 20 and 3 dog 20 in the second half. That means the game has to fall. Tampa has to win by more than, well, by depending on what the line is, 2 or more to cover the second half line and to get obviously the money line as well. Atlanta would have to win the game outright for me not to lose the plus 130, which they're up by 1 now, and the money line's plus 130 bet. They'd have to win it by more than 1, obviously, for me to win the second half. But games don't fall 1 that often, and basically, if you're dodging 1 or 2 either way, that's the difference between that plus 130 and having to lay 120 or 115. So, you know, it can happen. I just laid the scenarios out for you for how the game could easily fall 1 either way, or 2 Atlanta, or 2 Tampa Bay 1 or 2, or Atlanta 1. Shit, yeah. Any of those things would make the difference on the second half price with the spread and not the money line. But that's just not a common result. Just doesn't happen that way. I hope I've done a good enough job of trying to explain that and why math-wise you should take plus 130 over taking Atlanta plus the points. And if you like Tampa, you should lay the 3 plus the money over the 2.5. If the game falls 2, then you only push. But math-wise, you're getting a better bang for your buck because 1.5 to 2 on a game line, that's not worth all that much. What's going on here? The total is 21.5 flat, 21.5 over a little bit. There's some under money at a couple places. Paradise and Amapola are now the low side of all the 21.5 flats. Bet War is flat as well. Yeah, 2.5 minus money and 3 dog money. I've explained this to you as good as I could. If you missed it, I apologize. Hopefully you're allowed to go back and scroll backwards a few minutes. I don't know if YouTube will let you do it. I think YouTube will let you do it. I don't know if Twitch will or not. I don't think so. I need to learn that, actually. But basically, with the game sitting Tampa Bay 1, Atlanta gets the ball first at halftime. I think Atlanta's the correct side. They got to cut the penalties out. They're playing hard for sure. I think they're a little, I mean, you say what you want to at this point, the way that I've watched them play, they've been the better team. Doesn't mean it'll stay that way, and certainly the fact that Tampa Bay has found a way to win all these close games earlier this year means that they know how to do it. And if they win by 1 or 2, you just tip your cap and say, okay, well, we win the total. Because if they do that, the game's going to go over 41 for sure. They're not going to shut Atlanta out in the second half. So then you just tip your hat and you say, okay, well, that's fine. And you pay off the Atlanta plus 4.5. Well, I hope not. The 4.5 flat or better looks decent bet right now too. But you know, with that and then the money line second half play, went from having no action tonight at all and to having a couple of decent plays. So see how it plays itself out. Live stuff was good last weekend, and then early part of last weekend, and then Sunday and Monday the NFL came, and that was the end of running good with the live stuff. Got crushed. 0 for on Sunday. The Raider game was a kick in the nuts, under 20 in the second half there when the Raiders found a way to kick that field goal with the gun. But we had Raiders on the side plus 8, so it was a second half push and a win on the Raiders rather than a loss on the Raiders and a win on the total. We got about 3.5, 4, call it 4 minutes to kick. Rams and Seahawks next week. What a great game. 10-3 against 10-3 in Seattle. I will be at my niece's high school basketball game. I think they're in Seymour, Indiana. Let me look. At Seymour, 7:30. That means that game will be over at 9. I'll be back at 10. There's an outside chance I'll be back before halftime. I'm gonna try to like maybe pop in if it works out great. I mean, if the timing works out good, then in a perfect world I'll be here in the second at the 2-minute warning. As soon as I get back and get settled into my mom and dad's house. That's my first night. I fly back next Wednesday to Southern Indiana from Las Vegas to Louisville, and I'll be going to. That's the only basketball game that my niece plays. I think I'm going to go to. They have a couple of other ones, but one of them's up in Indianapolis on Saturday the 20th. I'm not going to do that most likely, and then they play in a tournament up in, I think at Northeastern High School, which is way up by Muncie. I'm out on that. 29th, 30th. Yeah, then they play again on the 30th. Yeah, there's bowl games all day the 30th. Yeah, so I'll be around on and off. I got the schedule written down for when I'm going to try to be on, and I'm going to try to update on my Twitch page when I'm going to be on as well. And of course, I'll make sure to keep you posted on Twitter at Rex_Byers, BEYERS, just as it says in the chat, which is my username for both YouTube and Twitch, which is where you're watching me here. We are at the top of the hour. This is the Sweatbox, and I am your host, Rex Byers. Thanks for hanging out with me. Feel free to chat anything that you got to say, any questions that you got, anything that you want to talk about. I said it at the open at the top. I should do a better job of saying it throughout. But yeah, it's if you want to talk bowls, I got some bowls that are out. I have some strong opinions on a few games, a couple of bets that are already in these early games. A couple of them are against the steam. We'll see how that goes. One of them, Bryce Brown for South Florida, has opted out, but Old Dominion's quarterback's also not playing. And yeah, we're in there at -3 on South Florida against Old Dominion in a game that I made a little bit higher. Even I thought even without Brown, with him it's closer to like 8 or 9. Without him, I thought at least 5. They'll be okay without him. He's going to be an assistant coach in that game, and South Florida has much more talent than Old Dome to begin with. Old Dome's been beating up on bad Sun Belt teams all year. They lost a couple they shouldn't have to keep them out of the championship. James Madison that was better than them. It just you're laying 3 in a game. As long as South Florida shows up, it's basically a home game. They're playing in Orlando. I would really be surprised if they don't bring a good effort on the 17th. And that's Wednesday night. I'll be flying then, so nothing to do there. The ball's on the tee. We're going to start here pretty soon. The late halftime numbers, not much change. 2.5 -15, 3 dog 20, 2.5 -11. That's about it. So really everything's pretty much the same as what it was when it went in. The money line prices, there was +125 and +120 at the end. So we did get some steam our way. Pinnacle's the only one that's the same price as what it was before. Not sure what their exposure. Sometimes they protect their exposure situations by dealing something a little bit different. At halftime, they may want some Atlanta money. Second half, tough to say for sure. But ball's on the tee. The Bucks will kick it to the Falcons. You see my positions are all in the chat. Over 41 flat or better, small to medium for 1.5. +130 on the Falcons, small to medium for 1.5. And +4.5 flat. Small for 1. Let's see what the Tampa Bay coach has to say. Bucks are 0-5 this year when trailing at the half. Wow. They're going to start doubling 8 if they're in man. All right, this is an offset eye here for Atlanta to start the second half. Receiver off to the left, the motion left by the fullback. Here's a play fake to the running back. He's going to take a shot. No, he's not. He's throwing it down to Robinson. It's caught. There's a man that falls down. First down out to the past midfield. So the Bucks are making a willingness to kick it into the end zone for touchbacks every time and give the Falcons the ball at the 35. I'm not sure I understand that. That's 3 times it's happened tonight at least. he was going to take a shot. It just wasn't there. Yeah, just had to check it, but then the defender fell and allowed Robinson to run by him. All right, so we're underway. We're out past midfield. Great start for the Falcons in the second half. It is 10:02 Eastern, 7:02 Pacific. I am going to take a little bit of a break. We are in the third hour of the Sweatbox. There'll be at least one more. I don't know how long I'm going to hang out, but it'll be Robinson. Oh, break a tackle. Get him about 4 out to the 45, 2nd and 6. I'm going to take a small break. I don't know how long. It won't be long. I'm going to actually put it in the chat. Let's call it like 10 minutes. 10:15, quarter past the hour, 7:15 Pacific. Enough time to grab a break and stuff my face without you guys seeing it. I will be right back. Quarter past the hour. So the Falcons did absolutely zero when I took my little break. They were out past midfield and they ended up punting it from midfield. Jesus Christ. Now we have the Bucks driving on 3rd and goal from the 13. Mayfield fires one into the stands behind Egbuka, and they've got Alford for a second penalty on this drive. Legal contact here. It's the right call. You can't hit a guy at the 3-yard line when the scrimmage is the 13. I mean, it's just a dumb play. "13 penalties to 3 now that have been accepted. 1st and goal for the Bucks. 7:23 to go now. 1st and goal at the 8. Trips left, one back, motion right, Godwin fake, pitch left. Tucker, he bangs it down, give him a yard. There's another flag. Yep, 0. Well, the biggest play on this drive, Evans, they basically threw a jump ball to Evans, and they're picking on 37. He made a nice play that time. They may not. They may take this off. He didn't have it for a long time. Let's see if they keep it or not. Jefferson's having a really long chat with somebody about this. Wow. Number 0. 2 fouls on one play. 2 personal fouls on one play. First and goal at the 4 now. Mayfield gives to Tucker again. He goes outside. He's got nowhere to go. He actually should have lost 5. He only loses 2. Throw the freaking ball, man. Come on. This is killing the total. Brutal. I don't need much, 14, but still. You've milked out half the quarter with all this shit. Iowa State 66, Iowa 62, a final in Ames. Hawkeyes get the cash. Excellent. Over the middle, touchdown. Devin Culp. Oh, I think one of my buddies has him to score anytime touchdown tonight. That's a big, big score. Houghton's not playing. That's one of the reasons why that was worth a look. Durham and Culp are the 2 touchdowns. 10 plays, 90 yards, 5:16 off the clock. The Bucks have taken the lead. Nice throw by Mayfield. He hummed that one right in there. Basically, I'm not even. It wasn't like the refs gave this was not a ref aided police escort down the field for the Bucks. It was the Falcons. The Falcons held their hand and took them right down, helped them right in. Extra point is good. Interesting that they kicked it, but I'm okay with it. 20-14, Bucks. I believe the clock shows 6:22. Don't quote me on that. Let me actually look at confirm for a secondary source here. The line service, I'm suspicious. Yeah, 6:22 to go in the 3rd. The other game in progress. Sorry, I'm fake news. I'm doing 1,000 things here. There are 4 NBA games going. Denver and Sacramento just started. I'll give you the finals of the other 3 when they go in. There's 3 of them that started at 8:10 Eastern. Those will all be final here before too much longer. The college, the one game of somewhat interest some people might have, Syracuse is laying 11.5 to St. Joe's at the Carrier Dome. Well, they have a different name for it now, but that's still the Carrier Dome. 43-40 now, 15-10 to go. Cuse is the leader. All the hockey's underway. There are some finals. First, let's get you the live football price. 5.5 and 6. The 5.5 is minus a lot of money. Total 48.5. There is a 48 over a bunch. There's a 49.5 out there. At the Westgate's 49.5, basically flat. That's an interesting price. Obviously, with the game sitting 6, 2-point conversions are in play. If the Bucks score again, 26-21, 20, still almost the same because of they'll take another field goal at some point. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. It's early enough to where you don't have to worry about every half point being like magnified just yet. There's still enough time, 21 and a half minutes left that you don't have to worry about that just yet. But it's to the point where the next time you see it, it'll be in play. Okay, hockey. Tampa Bay 8, New Jersey 4. Tampa was the favorite, goes flying over the total. Montreal, Pittsburgh. Penguins were favored a little bit. Montreal wins it 4-2 as a plus 115-ish, 110 dog. 6 flat, 6.5 under the total, so it fell. Ottawa, Columbus 6-3. Ottawa wins it on the road, laying $1.25, give or take. Goes over all totals. Carolina 3-2 over Washington in a shootout. That game was basically a pick 'em to close. Carolina a small favorite at the end. 6 under the total, so it stays under. Anaheim Islanders 5-2. Isles at home beat Anaheim as a small favorite, laying 20 or so. 6.5 over a quarter. It goes over. Vegas winner in Philadelphia 3-2 in overtime. That doesn't happen very often. 45, 50-cent favorite. The Knights were. They win it 5.5 flat. Under the total. San Jose, Toronto 3-2. San Jose wins it in Toronto. Maple Leafs were laying $2, give or take. Total 6 over 15. It stays under that total. So those are the 7 finals in hockey. 6 more coming later on. 3 of them will be while I'm with you, most likely, and the other ones probably not. At the 35. Is where Atlanta will start again. Cousins back, fires over the middle, not a good throw. Off his back foot, incomplete to Stills. $20-14, 6:16 to go in the third. 2nd and 10, Atlanta at their own 35. Most prices again 5.5 minus a bunch, 6 flat, 48 over a lot, 49 flat, 48.5 flat. All those are in play here. All right, Atlanta, stop screwing around. Let's go. I need a touchdown. I need it now. Give me the touchdown now. Cousins back out of the gun, offset to the right. They throw it to Robinson. He makes a guy miss. 5, 10 at 45. It's at the 50, 45, 44. Give him 21. Robinson is absolutely elite at knowing where the defender's coming from after he catches a pass and making him miss. Elite. Like, I don't think there's anybody better. He makes guys look stupid. I mean, he's 3 different guys tonight he's done that to. Not the same guy. The Bucks are picking on the same guy every time. They're picking on 37. That's fine. They should be. The Falcons are just dumping it off to Robinson and letting him make a play against whoever's on defense. He was drafted really high, and the field. Al's got a point. The field's in shitty shape now. Not nearly as bad as it was Sunday. We got a guy falls down, and oh my God, Sills drops it. Paul Charchian had his touchdown right there, 6-1. Cousins dropped one right in, and the defensive back fell down. Oh, man. You've got to be shitting me. I don't know if Winfield does knock him out of bounds. He catches it and cuts it back in. Pistol. Cousins back. Fires. This one's caught. Mooney, first down. Gain of about 13. So 27's out for the Bucks. He's a big player. He's forced some turnovers, fumbles, interceptions this year. I saw them throw that replay. I was wondering what that was. Roll right, fire over the middle. Middle's kind of a semi-pseudo middle screen there to Pitts. Give him maybe 2. They're actually calling incomplete, which is fine by me. Stops the clock. 4:41 left in the third. 20-14 Bucks. 2nd and 10. I am Rex Byers. If you have not joined me before, welcome to the Sweatbox, where I'm sweating this one out. Atlanta and over so far are the positions. You can see them in the chat. YouTube TV, Twitch TV. Thanks for coming aboard. 4-man rush. Cousins dumps it. No one there, and it might be grounding. 26, the running back, was like in the backfield blocking. It's the refs are having a chat. Listen, I know what I want. That's grounding. No one was close. Algier wasn't close. Here comes the flag. It's a good call. The idea is good, but Algier was still in there blocking. Oh, he got hit in the face mask. I was wondering why his head went down. He's arguing for that too. I got hit in the face mask. So now it goes from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 20, and they're out of field goal range again. These self-inflicted wounds by the Falcons are extremely frustrating. They've been the better team, except for one player on defense, 37. He fucking stinks. But Gunn, here comes a rush. Throw is slant to Sills, again incomplete. And I guess they're going to have to punt. I don't understand. They should have at least thought about running the ball there and give the ball to 7 and let him get enough yards to get in field goal range. This is a real tough watch. If you're a Falcons fan, I'm sure it's probably been the same shit all year. To have to fucking punt from the 41, it's just such a deflating. And this guy bangs it through the end zone every fucking time anyways. Oh, he fumbled it. God, he got it though at the 10. 31-yard punt, no return. 4:26 to go. The Bucks will take over 20-14. Guessing they'll be 6.5, maybe up to 7.5. Hang tight. I'll get back to you with it here shortly. Assuming there'll be a commercial, but not guaranteed. God, how in the shit, man? Charchian called this too. He said Sills won't ever catch anything downfield. He got that part wrong. If he catches it, it's a touchdown. Yeah, that's 3 times tonight that the Falcons have punted from either the plus. They've been in Atlanta territory or around midfield, like give or take within 55 yards of the end zone. Like you just can't do that. You need one more first down, and you got at the very least you're getting points. Okay, let's see where we stand here. 20-14 again. 4:26 to go in the third. Bucks will get it back at their own 10, which is where they started the last drive when they scored a touchdown after the penalty on the punt that came when I was taking a break. Tampa Bay laying 6.5, the dog a bunch, or 6 minus a bunch. Both are out there fairly consistently across the board. Total 47 over a bunch, or 47.5 under some. And now everything becomes very live on the totals. Don't get me wrong, I'm still to the point where if it's 47 over a quarter, which means you can go under 47 minus 0.5, I would rather do that than go under 47.5 like minus 30. The half point matters, but it ain't that important. 40, yeah, I guess it could be 26-14. They don't get it. 26-21. It's 47. Yeah, I think the 46.5 to 47.5 would matter. 47, not so much. But I don't say it's a risk aversion. It's sort of a loss aversion. Like I don't mind if I feel like the math's in my favor and I bet over 47. Right. Say if all things are equal and the math play was better over 47.5. Well, I mean, sorry, over 47 than under 47.5. Then I wouldn't mind it knowing full well that if it fell 47 and it's a push, I would sleep better than if I were to lose it because it was 47.5 and it fell 47. I guess if the numbers are 47.5, 48 is what I'm saying. Anyways, that'll get them out of their own shadows of their end zone. Evans just picking on 24 this time. Mayfield to Evans, gain of about 20. I think they might have given Evans a shot of vitamin T. He hit his ass really hard there towards the end of the first half. 5 for 122. A couple of monster plays, obviously. Here's Irving banging his way up the middle for about 6. Irving bangs his way out past midfield. First down, Bucks. Give him 15. I should have never took that break. Things got away from me since then. Single wing. Irving keeps it for about 6 more. Yeah, you can't blame Bowles for his hires. His 2 offensive coordinators the last years are both gone because they did such a good job. Play fake here. Mayfield's buried. Got him back at midfield. Play fake on 2nd and 5. They finally started bringing blitzers again. Where has that been since the first quarter? Fourth sack. 3rd and 12. Back to midfield. Clock moving to a minute to go. Trips left. Back offset to the right in the gun. Mayfield back fires. Incomplete. It was towards Johnson. Mayfield looks a little upset. Don't know whether that's a miscommunication. Wasn't a great throw. He's 15's mad himself. I don't know if he's mad at Baker or mad at himself or mad, period. They're throwing at 37 again. That's what the Falcons got to do. Find somebody that's not one of their all-world receivers and throw at him. Get him on him. Yeah, he's upset with the receiver, it looks like. 1 minute exactly on the clock here when this ball's going to be punted. Dixon from midfield bangs it back. Caught at the 13. 37 yards, fair catch. 53 seconds left. The Falcons will take over there. They're down 20-14. Live price coming momentarily. Going to probably be 6 flat, give or take. Total should be somewhere in the 44 range, maybe 44 and a half under some. That's what it looks like, 44 and a half under. All right. Nothing for me here. I'm going to sit with what I got. I still think I have a chance to win all of it. I cannot believe how bad the Falcons have played in stretches here. I still think they've been, for the most part, clearly the more talented team tonight, if not the better one. Doesn't mean they have to win the game. And certainly if they keep committing penalties, they're not going to win the game. And they're not going to get the money. I know that very few people in this business on the bookmaking side of the counter are going to be content with this score. 6 was the closing line. Don't know how much it moved on and off of all day. I wasn't paying attention to the market too much, but anytime the game closes at 6 and the game falls 6, generally speaking, not a lot of good things can happen because anybody that has any sort of sophistication, you don't have to be astute. Just try to find the best number. Lay 5.5 and take 6.5, depending on which side you like it. If it falls 6, or worst case is if you make the game 6 and you want to have action and bet both, it's a Scoop McGee. Scoop it up. What's this? Oh, yeah, next week, Stafford and Darnold, 8:15, Thursday night. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a game. I hope to get there by about the 2-minute warning. For those of you who heard me earlier at halftime, I'll be watching my niece play high school basketball up in Seymour, Indiana. Next Thursday, I think their varsity game will start at about 7:30 Eastern, and it's about a 45-minute trip home, maybe a little more. So, give or take, if the refs don't have a quick whistle, maybe we can be home before the 2-minute warning, I hope. We'll see. Pistol with some sort of an offset eye before they run it to Robinson, that's what they should have done to set up the field goal the last time. Give him 3. 13 for 66. I have some finals I'll report to you in both the NBA and the hockey. Once we get Dallas, Minnesota to the barn, everything else is final in the 7 and 8 o'clock games in both the sports. Gun, back offset left. Fires, slant, Robinson. It's either incomplete or it's a fumble. He caught it and took a step. It might have been intercepted. If that's the case, then for sure. Parrish is the one that has the ball. He says he didn't have it. I don't know. I need to see the replay. Catch and fumble. Bucks have it. 6 seconds left in the third. Let's watch the replay. 1, 2. I think it's because they called it that way on the field, they're not going to change it. It's going to be a catch and fumble. Yeah, football move. McCauley's calling it a fumble. I agree with him. These are just self-inflicted wounds by the Falcons with the penalties and now another turnover. Bucks will take over at the 27. The field's starting to turn into an absolute mess, which, given how much it rained there when they played the Saints on Sunday and now they got to run it back on Thursday night, they've done as good as they can to put the field in good shape, and the weather's nice. No wind, 60 degrees, but the field's a mess at this point. I don't know if that was the fault. Looks like he just got hit, took an awkward step. So Bucks will take over 20-14 with 6 seconds left in the third. $9 money is the new live price. At the 25 is where they spot it, that's weird. It was at the 27. He fell in it. Motion right. Backs offset to the left in the gun. Mayfield. Here comes the middle linebacker. They didn't get there. Fires. Complete. First down Bucks. To the 13. The Atlanta guys are saying he dropped it. And Evans might be hurt. Might be injured. What is his wrist? Now is it incomplete? Hang on. What's happening? Don't end the quarter. No, don't do that. Fuck! Come on, Amazon, be better. This is fucking live lines that we're talking about here. God damn it. Now I got to sit here and fucking wait. Let me go to the score apps. Let me go to the Twitter. Winter storm warning back home. Great. It's going to be 5 degrees back there this weekend. I do not have any desire to go back there before. I hate that shit. You need to let us know the fucking game state. This is what, in the year 2025, you have live gambling on the NFL. Everybody knows it. Everybody's betting. You can bet live during every play. I don't care about that. My whole point is you need to let us know the game states before the commercials. It's fair both ways. The bookmakers get to know it, and then they're not cheating you. They're not putting up something that they know and you don't. I'm saying this from someone who's worked on both sides of the counter. I booked fucking live football since 2007. I know, and I didn't have a clue back then. I would be working right now with the same clueless thought that everybody else is. You have to put up a line and not even know a clue of whether it's right or not. Because the game state matters. It's either second down and 10 at the 25 or first and 10 at the 13. It's a monster difference. Stuckey, my friend in Kentucky, saying that the Bucks will clinch the tiebreaker over the Panthers if they split the 2 remaining games and finish with the same record. If the Bucks win, that's why I'm rooting for the Falcons to win. Other than the live bet, I still can't get anybody to tell me. High variance flags or plays have gone against the Falcons, losing about 8 head bobs in a row. I still got nothing here yet. I'm going to try to see if I can get something. Stats, drives. Yeah, so they're going to call it a completion for 11. So it'll be first and 10 at the Atlanta 14 as the fourth quarter begins. Bucks are laying 9, and there's some 9 minus money out there. 9.5 the dog a bunch. 9 lay 15. So it's a drop now. So the ref called it incomplete, and the replay assist called it a catch. God, they can't get a fucking break, these fucking Falcons. They play like shit, they make stupid mistakes, and then they get fucked. That's not a catch. Irving gets on the first play of the fourth quarter. That was a quick timeout, unless I was just bitching for so long that I forgot. So Evans is only out for a play. The live prices are totally down. I didn't see. I'm sorry I didn't get you guys the total. That's my mistake. I'll have to do a better job of controlling the tirades before I report the important information here. GRP wins and I approve this message. Keefe Chambers. Keefe, thank you. Evans is giving the business to the Falcons guys. They're grabbing him. It's going to be an interference at like the 1 or 2 yard line. Yeah, the worst part about doing this on YouTube is that the delay. If there's a delay that's this long, I think I have to not do it anymore because I don't want to cheat people. I'm not trying to give you information that's too outdated to be able to do anything with it. $16 for 109 against the Falcons. 1st and goal for Tampa. See if they hold them to a field goal here at the 5. Motion left, one back behind Mayfield. He gives it to him. Tucker again, give him 2 to the 3. Second and goal. Call it the 2. Motion left, gun. Play fake, fires. Touchdown. Caught by Godwin. 26-14, they'll go for 2. Yeah, you can't be half-assed. You got to commit to one or the other. Start the clock, Rev. Fuck. What are we waiting on? The play clock's been sitting on 20 for like 10 seconds. Mayfield's in the gun. He's got White to his right. Tripp's right. One man to the left. Mayfield in the gun. He gets the snap. He fires over the middle. BB caught by Godwin again. Octopus. Godwin, the octopus. I think it might have been the first time we've seen one of those this year. That's disappointing. Robinson's had such a good game. And then he fumbles, sets up the free 8. 28-14, that gets us to the total. The first live bet's a winner. The other 2 are in grave peril at plus 4.5 and plus 130 on the money line in the second half, which was minus 1. 28-14 Tampa, 13:34 left in regulation. Live price is coming shortly. Chris's number is a total dead number. There's no way you can use it. 13 minus 13 can't be the price. 13.5 minus 40 at the Westgate. That's okay. Pinnacle 14 dog a ton. The 13.5 price is correct, but the number's too high. Although I will say if the Falcons score, the math says you're supposed to go for 2 when you're down by 14, you score. So Atlanta, if they score again, could put it in a situation where then they don't get it and the Bucs score and they go up 35-20. So everything's live here. I don't know how much they're going to throw it. 13.5 minus a ton. You can get plus money on the 13.5. The Falcons have just been so bad with all the mistakes. At some point, you have to just tap out and say, I've had enough of this. I think I'm making the call to do that now. From what I've seen outright with my eyes, I know from what I've seen, I know that Atlanta's been probably the better team for most of this game. Now, all the 14s are gone. It's 13.5 minus a bunch of money everywhere. Like 13.5 plus money is a good bet, but I just can't get myself to the window to do it. thing about it is if they score and then Tampa scores, they'll go for 2 again. Yeah, I mean, there's 13-34. I mean, Atlanta has to show a sense of urgency, but it's hard to win a game when you just continually make mistakes. Then you have the first turnover. The penalties are through the roof high. 37's completely incapable of guarding any of the Tampa Bay receivers, which puts them in an 11-on-10 hole every time the ball's snapped. It's really, really hard to think that Atlanta has a chance to come back. They've just been too many self-inflicted wounds to have a chance to win. I don't think the Bucs have played that well. Once again, it's a touchback. So Stuck has made it clear that once the Bucs win, assuming they do, then they'll have the tiebreakers over the Panthers if they split. It'll be funny when the playoffs are going to be Philadelphia at Tampa again. Oh, it can't happen. Philadelphia can get the wild card. They're going to be the wild card. They'll win their division. All right. One back. Cousins, play fake. Plenty of time. Fires it. Short-armed it. Mooney was open. Didn't get it to him. The worst part is once you become one-dimensional down by 2 scores like this, is that you take away the dimensions of what Robinson can do well, which is both run and catch. Bucs are showing blitz. They bring kind of a Robinson is by himself on the left. He breaks 1 tackle kind of, but gets out of bounds after a gain of maybe 7. He doesn't like the spot. The hockey finals in the 8 o'clock games Eastern. Boston 6-3 at Winnipeg. They were catching plus 135 or so, 6 over the total. They win it. Nashville 7-2 over St. Louis. Battle of 2 bad teams. Minus 135, 5.5 flat was the closing total. Nashville the favorite. And Dallas, Minnesota 5-2. Wild win it. Dallas 30 cents, 5.5 under money. Over and dog in that one. Robinson catches it again, first down out of bounds. Seems like he might be hurt. They're huddling this time. Clock is moving inside of 13 minutes. Let's show a little more urgency, please. Thank you. All right. Cousins is in the pistol again. He's grabbing his helmet. We got to check to something. Bucs are in a 4-3. They're going to show a blitz from one of the backers. They're running away from it. Robinson gets it right side. Bangs his way through for 4. Again, not a bad play. Just takes up too much time when you're down by 14. 3 NBA games went final in the last half hour. Milwaukee has beaten the Celtics 116-101. That game stays under the total. Boston laying 9.5, loser outright. Houston 115-113 over the Clippers. Come from way out of it. Win it. They do not cover the 9. 221 the total. 222 at a couple spots. It goes over. 2nd and 6 at the 48 of Tampa. 4-man rush. Cousins back. Dumps it over the middle. Complete. This is about who is this, Warner? So it's it's 3rd and 3. 11.5 to go. Clock continues to move. Other NBA final in the early slate. New Orleans kicks the shit out of Portland, 143-120. Portland was laying 4 and 241.5. Kind of crazy a total can get bet up. It was bet up from 237. Never a sweat. Dead nut over. 3rd and 2. Pitts 7 for 117, 2 touchdowns. Clock moving to 11 minutes at the snap. 6 on the play clock. They're taking way too much time. Pitts is in motion to the right, trips right. Back offset to the left out of the gun. Cousins fires. It's caught by Pitts. And it's of the 30 to the 25. There might have been a pick there. I didn't see how he got that open. That seems to be impossible. Just gave you his numbers. How could he possibly be that open? All right, 10.5 to go. Clock continues to move, 28-14. Ball's at the 26. Trips left this time. Pitts is in motion. They fake a screen to Robinson, fire over the middle, complete. This is a great concept here. Caught down inside the 10 by Sills again. To the 6, first down. That's beautiful execution. Lots of eye candy here. All right, let's get this thing in here right quick. First and goal at the 6. This is Gunn with an H back and another power back and a Robinson to the left, and he walks in. I don't see any penalties yet. I feel like they're going to throw one. They have been all freaking night. Nope. 8 plays, 65 yards, 357. They may go for 2 here. The execution on offense those last 2 plays would make me wonder how the Falcons could ever be 4-9. Whether it's Penix or Cousins, either one, that's just totally amazing to me. Like those are unstoppable plays. Okay, they're going for 2. Backs the same formation they just had. Now they're going to run Robinson out to the left in the trips formation left. They throw it. It's a lob. It's not even close to anybody. Got way too cute for their own good. Cousins is mad at the receiver. Somebody went the wrong way. Maybe Pitts. 28-20 is the score now. I know we have all kinds of different rules in play for the live, which is what I was talking to you about. All these things can come in. These half points may or may not matter depending on what part of the game that we're at. Especially in the third quarter when they're talking about 13.5 or 14 or 13 or 12.5 or 13. Like that shit, or, whatever. I got that wrong. 6.5, 7, 7.5. All that stuff to have the game fall on 7 or 8, whatever. It just depends on how the game theory people go. Some people coach it different. When the Bucs scored their first touchdown of the half to take the lead, they only kicked an extra point to go up by 6. They didn't go for 2. When they scored the second touchdown to go up 12, they went for 2 to go up 14. Now the Falcons, which I told you guys if they were going to score, they likely should go for 2. The game theory people say, yes, you go for 2. They did go for 2. They didn't get it. So now it's 8 again. So all these numbers that we've been talking about going back to halftime, like everything's in play. And my whole thought process about taking Atlanta second half money line was because I'm trying to dodge the 1 or 2. I think it would be like not funny, kind of sad if it falls 28-26. But I'd get the game plus 4.5 winner, even if we lose the second half plus 130. So no hedging. All these bets are independent of each other. Again, feel free to ask any questions you want to. I've been doing this for 2 decades. Betting and booking it. I'm aware of what the math's usually worth most of the time here. All you try to do is go with the best of it and try to treat every live play or every halftime play as an independent bet of another, unless you have significant and uncomfortable amounts of money on one side of the play, and you have to just make a decision of whether you're better off trying to either hedge or just sit tight, even though you wanted to go bet more. And of course, it depends on how sick you are. There have been times in my life where I just continue to throw it in there on the same side no matter what, because I know what I'm seeing with my eyes and I'm sick. And I've made and lost new cars, 20, 30,000 doing this before. The worst example would be Denver and the Patriots, the year that Denver led 24-0 at halftime against New England with Manning against Brady. And I was betting Denver every single possible commercial the whole first half, just live every time. And then at halftime I wanted to bet him again. I was like, I got 32,000 here to win 28. Like, why am I going to bet anymore? So I didn't. And I didn't touch the game the rest of the way. And the next thing you know, the Patriots came all the way back and won the game on the field. And all the shit I was talking at the bar in Costa Rica, I got shoved it right back in my face. And I deserved it because I was talking all the trash and they didn't win the game and I lost all my money. That's when I had money to lose, of course. The kickoff, did it hit somebody? What happened here? 9:37 to go in the game, 28-20. Live price 8.5, the dog a bunch, 55 under a bunch, 55 over a bunch, 8.5 flat. All that stuff's, again, every half point matters. No one's really wants to book at 8 flat because why do you want to play pushes? But there's enough time left. The 8.5 price is correct, just a matter of how you want to put it up. What's the penalty about? He kicked, the kickoff should be fine. Oh, he didn't hit it in the zone. So it's at the 40s where they start. So the Bucks will start at the 40. 8.5 flat now, 55 flat, give or take. 17 penalties for the ties the most of any game this season and ties the team record. Guys, thanks for checking me out. My name is Rex Byers. I'm with you here on the Sweatbox. Top of the hour, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific. Fourth hour of coverage tonight here. I do appreciate everything. If you're on YouTube.com, first of all, I apologize for the delays. If you have anything that's helpful to me to keep to try to suggest me speed things up or to help YouTube make sure I'm not on a super delay compared to Twitch, tell me. In the meantime, hit that bell, subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing. It's free. I appreciate you. Twitch, follow me, please. It's also free. It'll help make others be able to see what's going on. I'll keep tweeting when I'm on when I can, especially when I'm here at home. Obviously headed home to visit my family. If I've told you guys that we're here earlier, aware, leaving next week for a couple of weeks to get to the new year back in the southern Indiana area. And I'll be back here January the 2nd. Go from there. First play for Tampa was a 6-yard gain. Mayfield avoids some rush, complete for a first down. They threw it 37 again. What a surprise. To the 45, there is a flag. Clock stops at 8:51. Keefe Chambers. The penalty declined. So the Bucks will have first down at the Atlanta 45 up by 8. 8:51 left. Keefe, this is GRP wins. I approve. Wow, this is a big drive for some of us, Rex. Yes, sir, Keefe. Big drive for a lot of people. We're in a spot in the game. My totals to the barn, the game totals to the barn for the people that did not have it live but had it pregame. 10.5 and 11 dog money is the current live price. 55.5 under a bunch. I actually like under that, to be honest. If Tampa scores, it'll be a go. They're going to go for 1. 56.5 would be the nuts in case they got a stop or a turnover. All right, motion left here. Offset eye. Mayfield rolls right, fires it to the ground. White was the intended receiver, but he wasn't going to have anybody be able to make a play there. Mayfield does a good job of minimizing the damage when he can. 8:28 left, second down. I'm going to hang out. The game's still close, and I still have people checking it out. Not a huge crowd, but I do appreciate you guys being with me tonight, spending your Thursday with me. Mayfield fires it to left. It's a horrible throw, and it's intercepted. Boy, I really put the whammy on him. Minimizing damage, not making mistakes. He either didn't see 20 or he just made a horrible throw. Alford was... Did he misread the zone? Is that what it was? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. He thought he was a man on the slot guy, and he dropped into his zone. Mayfield just totally missed it. The best thing about this league is that it happens to anybody. I mean, Peyton Manning made those throws sometimes. I mean, you're like, what the hell are you looking at? Well, sometimes the defense just gets the better of it. I mean, Stevie Wonder could have made that play once he dropped into that zone. He's going to be sick at himself when he looks at that. First turnover of the game. The Falcons will start at their own 33, 8:22 left. No commercials, so no live prices. Robinson gets it in the backfield, breaks a tackle early, gets out near midfield. It'll be a first down. Falcons are getting their voice back. I think I want some. Come on, man. Give me a timeout or injury. I want to bet some more Atlanta live. That was the play they needed to get themselves going the right direction. All these fucking penalties and the dumb turnover that led right to a touchdown, they're still right in it with the chance. I want to be able to take 2.5 would be good, plus a bunch. The 5.5 price might not be any good because the Bucs kick a field goal. Still okay, 5.5. Yeah, all right, hang on. Let's look for that. Robinson bangs it up the middle or to off left tackle for about 3. I spoke too soon here earlier on the sweat box. I was not into the 4th hour. I did not start my coverage at the top of the hour at the start of the game. I am now into the 4th hour. A little bit more than 3 hours into it here. The ball's at midfield, 2nd and 7. Well, we are in the sweat box. We got the total of the barn. Let's see if we get the Falcons to the barn. Rushing 4, drop. They're only rushing 3. Drop 2 more out. Cousins misread it. The throw was to Robinson. Nothing there. He's yelling at somebody. Yelling at the back? Are the Falcons already out? I thought I heard him say that. Can the Falcons not win out to get to 9-9 and that doesn't give them a chance? Like, what are the schedules like? Can those other 2 teams not, like, lose out except for when they play each other? What about if they tie ones? I need to do some more research on this. That wasn't part of the initial handicap. I mean, the bottom line is they're going to play. Are the coaches there? 3rd and 7. Here come the Bucs. Big blitz. Cousins sees it. Fires over the middle. Pitts caught it. First down. Absolutely indefensible. Guy's a total freak. '89 was the back. Yeah, that's a good job by the Falcons to know that they were going to come from there too. Just A gap. Yep. All right, Falcons have it at the Tampa 40, 6.5 on the clock. Clock moving. Trips right now. Robinson in motion. The give is to Allgaier. Big gain, big hole. Out past the 30 to the 25. See, Atlanta has so many Swiss Army knives as weapons. They had Robinson in as a receiver, send him in motion right, and then give the ball to a back who hasn't touched the whole half. Of course he's going to be ready to have a rocket up his ass. That's a great wham block. And a kick out by the 70. Mayfield looks sick. He's a fucking competitor. I'll give him that much. That's for sure. All right, at the 25, let's call it 5.5, 5:40 to go. Clock moving. The give is to Robinson. They get him after about 2. Maybe only 1. Yeah, they're banging away on the left side, but that was actually a right side overload here. Motion left. Yeah, they had backside linebacker came out at the last minute to get there. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty big play. 4-man rush, slant, caught Mooney, 10, and he fumbles. The Bucs are going to get it. No way. Who could have gotten it? You got to be shitting me. The Falcons got it? The Bucs had fucking 4 guys there. Oh, man. 29 hits him. 54 David. This motherfucker's been stealing balls for 8 years. Got in there, ripped it out. Who is it that got there? 64? The crowd's booing. I don't blame them. Where'd the ball go? 1st and goal at the 10. 4:24 to go. Clock moving. Amazing. Trips right. Cousins back. Fires. Incomplete. Kind of threw the sills again. They're fucking trying to get this guy a touchdown. Paul Charchian's all over it when it came to handicapping that part of it. 4:18 left. 2nd and goal. 28-20 Bucs. Everything's in play here. The total's gone, but which to the good for me. But wow, the cover certainly with the game closing 6:43.5 in play. Second and goal, 4:18 left. Clock stopped. Trips right. Draw. Oh no, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Robinson walks in. There's gonna be a penalty on the receiver. 87 in motion. $18 penalties against Atlanta. That's a terrible. That's a bad call. Objectively speaking, he was going in motion. He stopped. He started again. Is there a rule against that? 18 penalties, the first time that's happened to anybody since 2009. The worst part about that is he walked in. He was walking in. Slant caught. That's Warner again. It'll be 3rd and goal to 7. At 4 minutes to go, even with all 3 timeouts, they're not going to kick a field goal, I don't think. But we'll see. This has been a 4-minute, 22-second drive. Not impossible they kick one, but they got to stop fucking around with the clock here. One college basketball final that I was talking to you about earlier on the ACC channel. Syracuse has beaten St. Joe's 71-63. They win, do not cover. Total stays under the close of 147-ish, give or take. Trips right, empty backfield. Cousins throws a lob pass. Pitts caught it, maybe. Don't know. Refs say touchdown for now. The other refs touching him on the hip, saying maybe not. They're going to call it a touchdown on the field. That'll allow the replay to take a look at it, which is more fair. Let's see. Caught. His ass hit the ground. His ass is in. It's a touchdown. Ass hits. Ass. Ass before elbow, Terry, for fuck's sakes. Oh no, elbow. Fuck! Yeah, they're gonna call us incomplete. That angle right there with the one where they showed the other view. Oh, hang on, ass. That angle's ass. The other one's elbow. And because they called it a touchdown on the field, that's going to be really tough to change. Ass. That's ass. Now the other angle from the side is elbow. This is the one that elbow. This is the one that can fuck us. God, I mean, the refs, give them credit. They fucking did the best they could to try to figure. I mean, they didn't know. They're like, fuck, let's call it a touchdown. Let the replay figure it out. I'd have done the same thing. I mean, are you kidding? And you don't want to make the Falcons burn a challenge and lose it in a game that's a 6-point or 8-point game or a 2-point game. You know, fuck, call a touchdown and let the fucking replay figure it out. Just an unfortunate. If it was the other way around, they were up 14, then call it incomplete if you want. Didn't have it, but he did there. Ass. I think his ass, I mean, maybe his ass being big enough that it's a catch. Yeah, they didn't take enough time to change everything. It would have taken another minute to sort that out, to get the clock reset and everything. Touchdown is on the field. Atlanta's inside the number now. We're going to go for 2 here. 3:34 left. 28-26 Bucks. 2-point conversion at the 3:34 mark. This has turned into a hell of a game. It hasn't been well played. Certainly convert that. Falcons a horseshoe up their rears. Got to kick the field goal here, Rex. Yeah. Now, I mean, for the cover, it sounds like you have a money. Keefe Chambers has a bet on the Falcons. We're not going to kick in no field goal. We're going for the win. Let's go get it. All right, here we go. Pitts is in motion to the right. Trips, fires it over his head, incomplete. No chance. The Bucks for the first time all night, I think it was David. They brought some real pressure that time. 31 Winfield. All right, here we go. Here we go. Thanks for checking it out and hanging out with me. I hope you all are having a good time. I'm trying to entertain, inform, and educate. And let's make a little money while we're at it here. Atlanta game price plus 4.5 flats is back in the mix. A field goal would be no bueno. Put it on 5, and everybody that has them pregame plus 6, 5.5, 6 would get the cash. The bookmakers can breathe a little bit easier now. Certainly not a situation where, 6 isn't nearly as live anymore with the overtime rules because, both teams get the ball. So it's not like the Bucks are going to score. I mean, like if Atlanta went down the first drive and had to punt, then the Bucks. Oh, I take it back. If Atlanta goes down and punts, the Bucks aren't going to go down and score a touchdown. They're going to go kick a field goal and win by 3. It just games don't fall 6 anymore because of the new overtime rules. 3:34 left. Not a lot of markets. No surprise, but still. Bodog 54.5 flat. 3:34. I actually have no problem with. That's a good line. I usually try to criticize. I mean, I want people to put it up for everybody to have a chance to bet. I can't bet that. It's under money, but not by much. Okay, 54.5 under a bunch. Now I like over. 54.5 under 70, under 220. DraftKings under $3. Ooh, I like over that. I mean, 3:34 to go, and both teams have all their timeouts left. The Bucks are going to try to score, but they don't. Are you telling me the Bucks are a cinch to get first downs and run the clock out? I don't think so. And the Falcons kicker, not great. Obviously, it's their third one of the year. ISI Sports I respect a little bit, under 240. That's 200 at the score, 70 at Caesars. Okay, now we're getting to the point where the number's about right. Comeback was. I'm going to look. Yeah, I could only have had over. Let's see. Total 270 just a minute ago. Fuck me, I can't believe I couldn't get to that. There wasn't enough time. It was only up there for 15 seconds. But that was a bad line. Even I don't care what wins. Yeah, 54.5 under 375, comeback 270 was a terrible number. All right, nothing to it. Not hard to do anything, even with commercials. And those will be done at this point. Nobody can do anything until the overtime live. I can't recommend anything here to you guys. I'm not going to put anything in the chat. It wouldn't be fair, even if I get it. I'm trying to be transparent and give everybody a crack at all this stuff. All right. So the run backs to the 28, 3:29 to go in regulation. Each team has all 3 timeouts. Just because the live options are done until there is an overtime, which I'm trying to think of any sort of situation that it would happen. And can we get a field goal from the Falcons at the gun, have it fall 1, and then I could get the second half push on the money line. Falcons have a bunch in the box. They're showing a little bit of a blitz. The field's really starting to get mucked up in the middle there. Panthers are huge fans of the Falcons tonight. Are we really doing this now? Panthers are watching with rather intense interest at this point before they go to New Orleans for their game on Sunday. Panthers and Bucks both 7-6 coming in. Second is 4. Irving, stop. Third down 2. It's shoestring tackle there. Now 2:37 on defense. Once again, the remaining schedule now. This goes down to the wire. Panthers and Saints. Then the Bucks go to Charlotte. The Buddy's just crying about them going for 2. Obviously, I think he has an Atlanta sweat, or he's booking the game to need. He needs his players bet on the other side, or there's money line and teaser. Who knows what he's got sweating, but they just kicked extra points. They got analytical dictated. Analytics, why be tied when you can be losing? And I'm just like, yeah. The worse the quarterback is, math-wise, it's the right play. Cousins is so far in the middle of being whatever mediocre, but his agent should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, that guy got him so many contracts. So 13 and 14 ran routes together on the other side there, and they basically got some separation, and Mayfield hit it. It was basically the most basic pass play you're ever going to run. 2:28 left. The Falcons are down to 1 timeout. That'll do it for the live markets. I thought he got out of bounds there. Is there nothing they could do about that? No. I mean, surely they didn't call timeouts on both those plays because there was 3-something and change for the kickoff.